Hey guys, how is it all going? So, finally, I promised this about 6, 7, 8 months ago. After I was done with the Friday the 13th series, I was going to jump into the Nightmare on Elm Street series. Now I am. So, thank you so much for your patience. It's been massively appreciated. And we start off with the original, which is A Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984. And even if you're not a horror fan, you're not into horror movies, you know the plot about A Nightmare on Elm Street already. You already know about Freddy Krueger. You already know that Freddy Krueger comes for you in your dreams. You already know he's not the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life. And you already know that if you die in your dreams, you die for real, you die in reality. And I cannot think of more of a scarier concept or story than that. Because think about it, when you go to bed at night, when you go to sleep, you're vulnerable, you're in your safe place, you don't think anything bad is going to happen to you. And then you have a guy called Freddy Krueger who's trying to haunt you and stalk you in your dreams and potentially could kill you. I can't think of anything more terrifying than that. And I have to say that Wes Craven pulled this film off magnificently because you won't be surprised to hear this, guys. I think that A Nightmare on Elm Street is a masterpiece of horror filmmaking. I really do. And after rewatching it to review it for you guys, I was surprised by just how much atmosphere this movie has. It's terrifying when you really think about it. It just got this mood to it that's very uneasy. And what I like about it is they don't like take their time, or it's slow to establish who Freddy Krueger is. Like right off the bat, they establish who this man is and what he's doing and the kids that he's going after. And you just feel for our main four characters, you just feel for them because I'm telling you, I would not like this guy stalking me in my dreams whatsoever every night. Like, I would not want to go to sleep as well. I think I'd be drinking coffee all day, every day to avoid going to sleep to bump into this guy. And in saying that, it's masterfully portrayed by Robert Englund. Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger. It's like when you just think of certain actors that are just linked to certain roles, like, and I know they've done more work and stuff like that, but I'm just off the top of my head, I'm thinking like Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones, Stallone is Rocky, Rambo. They're just certain iconic actors that are attached to certain iconic roles, and Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger, and I only found out that originally he actually wasn't originally cast as Freddy. It was David Warner, and even David Warner got as far as like putting the makeup on him and how we would look and everything. And I think David Warner could have been a great Freddy Krueger. I mean, we don't know, do we? But I'm just so thankful that certain things happened to have made Robert Englund Freddy Krueger, because he is perfect as Freddy Krueger. And just on a personal note, and just my own opinion, I like Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger more in the earlier versions of Elm Street. Like I say, I don't mind the wisecracking kind of comedian cheesy Freddy we get later on. I don't, to be honest with you. But do I prefer my Freddy dark and really evil and not as jokey and just sadistic? Yeah, because he is a hell of a lot more terrifying in this movie than what he is in later sequels, but we will get to them as I review the series. But I think the way Freddy Krueger is portrayed in this movie is perfect. And I like the way Wes Craven shot him in this movie, because you don't really get to see a lot of him. You do in glimpses, but he's kept more in the background and in the dark, which is the perfect place for Freddy Krueger to be. It just makes him more of a mystery and basically makes him more terrifying, to be honest with you. And also what I love about this movie is the practical effects in this movie. Okay, some of it doesn't hold up. Like when he has the two long arms and he's chasing Tina down the alleyway or whatever. It looks daft. It does. But there's some practical effects in this, guys, that still hold up now watching it. Like the one with Freddy Krueger's coming through the wall at Nancy. That effect looks fantastic and it's creepy as fuck. Like it really is. I also like the effect where Tina's death, when she's on like going up the wall and on the ceiling in the bedroom and stuff. You watch that now and it still looks fantastic. So well done. I would love to know how they did that. I'm sure if I dived into the special features, I would find out. But it still looks brilliant. And also, Johnny Depp is in this movie, as you probably already know. And his death scene in the movie, that again is so extremely well done and still holds up when you watch it today. It's fantastic. And also, I'll get into who I'd say is probably is the star of our movie, which isn't Robert Englund as Freddy, as it would be in like the later ones, but character called Nancy Thompson, who's played by, and I don't want to forget it, was it Heather Langenkamp? Is it? I hope it is, because they ain't doing this again. I think she is actually the glue that holds this movie together. I think she is brilliant as Nancy Thompson, and you really do feel for her character, and you go on the journey of discovering Freddy Krueger with her and her friends. And other than her, I actually think the acting is okay. It's fine in this movie. No one's bad, but I don't think anyone like really massively stands out apart from Robert Englund. And I would say Heather, who plays Nancy, who I thought did a really good job in this movie. It's great seeing John Saxon in this movie as well, but just being a massive fan of Enter the Dragon. I love seeing him pop up in this movie as Nancy's dad as well. He does a great job. It's just, for me, if you haven't watched The Nightmare on Elm Street yet, and you're going back into like your classic horror movies, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you start with this film series. I'm not going to lie to you and say it stays perfect all the way through, because it really doesn't. But you have to watch the original Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a masterpiece in my eyes. And it gave birth to a massive horror icon in Freddy Krueger. I mean, like I said, even if you're not a horror fan, you know who Freddy Krueger is. And he was played masterfully by Robert Englund. The film's directed masterfully by Wes Craven. It's just one of them films you have to see in your lifetime. So I would give A Nightmare on Elm Street, guys, and you won't be surprised to hear this, a 5 out of 5. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me for my Nightmare on Elm Street movie review. I will have a Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, coming soon for you. And if you like my review, please leave a comment below. Were you a fan of the original Nightmare on Elm Street? Or are you not a fan of the original Nightmare on Elm Street? Whatever it is, guys, it is always, always a pleasure hearing from you. And, as always, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you again real soon. Take care, guys. Goodbye now.